Historically, the best 6 doctors in the world have been fresh air, plenty of exercise, lots of fresh water, getting rest, eating a good diet, and spending time in the sunshine. Authors and poets have also counseled us, live in the sunshine, swim the sea, drink the wild air. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Now, I'm sure a lot of you already agree with this and already know this, so I'm sure some of you are asking, what does this have to do with anything that's important to us right now? Well, what if I told you it was going to change history in our lifetime? The events of 2020 have shown us that things are not always as we believe them to be. Naples, Florida, named best place in well-being for active adults. Naples, Florida is down on the southwestern coast near Fort Myers. Very, very close to where the Calusa Indians settled. And for those of you who have watched my other videos, you'll know the significance of that. Now, once again, what does that have to do with anything, Florida Maquis? I've been talking about this for over a year. Fox finally picked it up. California, New York, among states likely to lose House seats in census data. Florida and Texas set to gain. In the last 10 years, even prior to 2020, there has been this mass exodus, this mass flight out of the north and into the southern United States, specifically Texas and Florida. It's shifting the power balance. It's shifting the wealth and money centers in a way that is going to change our future. If we were smart, we would spend the next 10 years putting our foot on the accelerator this way. If you are still up north, leaving and counseling as many people, good, decent, conservative-minded people, to come with you. By the next census, 2030, we could end something that has plagued this country for the last 60 years, liberalism. We could end it. I know that seems like it's some dream that's just never going to happen because of the way the mainstream media tries to manipulate images to make them seem more powerful than what they are, but they know the truth. And here is the most hilarious story I have seen in a long time. One Florida McDonald's offers $50 to anyone who interviews for a job. Now, when you read the article, the owners and the franchisees of this particular area that has these McDonald's are bemoaning the federal government's unemployment money that they're giving to anybody, incentivizing people not working. So what does the Florida McDonald's manager do? Incentivizes even more people to not work by handing out $50 just to come in and interview for a job they're not going to take, or perhaps aren't even that likely to qualify for. So where do you think they're going to get the workers? Now, I'm sure some people are already typing, going, now wait a minute. Hold on. That's not right. Taking inmates and making them work? Sometimes against their will? Well, look at the picture I'm showing. Inmate work farm, Marion County. Got a nice, beautiful tree. Got a field of corn, fresh air, sunshine. If you had a choice between spending your day in a cell or getting outside and getting some fresh air and some sunshine, would it matter how much you were paid? You might do it for free just to get out. So all of these people who are refusing to work because they're getting money from the government, what are they likely doing? Sitting at home in front of the TV? Playing video games? When they could be working. But they won't. And the people who are in prison would love to have that opportunity. So who would you say in your mind is more free? The prisoner or the worker, would-be worker, taking money from the government? This is an image from up in New York, where they talk about how much money it costs to house a prisoner at Rikers versus how much it would cost to hire people instead to do jobs. They were using the prisoners for the jobs. It cost $60,000 a year for the prisoner, or $7.25 an hour for this guy. But when you really think about the mental state, who's really in prison? This is how you know you're dealing with a liberal. They don't think about things. They only feel about things. Because I guarantee if you asked any prisoner, you went into a prison and you took a poll, would you rather be in your cell right now or outside doing something, anything? Anything at all. I guarantee 99.999999995% of the people that you ask would say they would rather be out of that cell under any circumstances at all. Now, here's what the map is going to look like in the next election. On the left, I just have the map as it was in 2020. On the right, I have the map outlined in two colors. The areas in red are net gains. Now, I only have 4 states outlined, just to make the point. And the areas in blue have net losses. So when we add them up, the number is astounding. North Carolina is a +1. Florida, +2, that means 3. 3 in Texas, that's 6. Montana gets 1, that's 7. Now, as we know, for every one they lose, that's a net gain for us, right? So we keep adding. We're up to 7, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Just with those states that I've outlined, in the next election, there is a net swing toward conservatism of 14 votes. 14 electoral votes. That cancels out D.C. and Massachusetts, 11 and 3 respectively. Washington only has the state of 12. It more than makes up for their vote. Michigan only has 16. It almost wipes them out. Just on the shift in the last 10 years. Now, if we made it a goal together as conservatives over the next 10 years to continue this push of people into the healthier, fresh air, exercise, clean water, rest, good diet, sunshine states, what do you think we could do to change the world? We could change our world. We could change our children's world. I'm 50. We could achieve this by the time I'm 60. If you're 40, you could achieve this by the time you're 50. If there were ever a worthwhile goal for your social media, this would be it. And if you want to convince people why it's better to live in Texas, to live in Mississippi or Alabama or Florida or South Carolina, this is the only place you have to go, right here. Forget politics. Accepted science for millennia. Authors, writers, poets have written about this and spoken about this, how somehow just being near the sea and being in warm air and being happy and being at peace is equivalent to long life. A long, happy life. Isn't it strange that if this is the case for health and light and life, what is the absence of it? Sickness, darkness, and death. And that's what we've said for a long time is the hallmark of the northern states. Sickness, darkness, and death. We see it in their politics. We see it in their attitude. It's a toxic place. Even if it's not just for politics, get out for your own well-being and make a plan. And by the time the next census rolls around, when they redo the states again, it will spell the end of the North. And I'll leave it there. God bless. Have a happy week. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.